Satnam. This is Satpudikor coming to you from Central Texas on a warm, windy day. And last week I talked about Ek Onkar Satguru Prasad and the fact that I had had this new idea inform my understanding of that very grounding, kind of foundational mantra in our practice. And I talked about that traditionally, Ek Onkar Satguru Prasad is translated, Creator and creation are one, and it's by the true Guru's grace that we know this. And that's also a beautiful definition and a historical context because we do need a teacher, especially in the beginning. We do need something, someone, some insight that's going to carry us across our ego, move us through our doubt. And it is a grace when that moment comes, when that relationship to the teacher manifests. And as a trainer and a teacher, everyone I come in contact with is not necessarily my student. But if something, some karmic spark lights up within them when they meet me, they get to decide, am I the teacher for them? If something I've said has in some way taken them to a new place. So there is that grace that comes. In the same way, when we talk about the movement of the Kundalini, or we talk about the Kundalini awakening, a lot of people so want to have some experience, which is understandable because we're talking and teaching about this a lot, and we only want to share from our own experience. And at the same time, that movement of the Kundalini, that awakening, that sense of oneness with everything is a grace. And if we grasp it in our practice, if we cling to an idea of what we think is supposed to happen, I think more than we know, it actually stops it from happening. And I've experienced this in so many different parts of my life. The things that the people I wanted to love, the people I wanted to be with so badly, that strong desire actually pushed them away. And in the same way, I think everything is in relationship. And when we grasp for things too much, when we want it too badly, it doesn't give the space for it to mature in its own way and to approach us. And I think the Kundalini is very much like that. If we demand of ourselves and our practice too much, if we demand more than just the simple, pure obedience, the simple, pure discipline, the simple act of serving our soul by being in our practice, and allowing, if the Kundalini is going to arise, to have it be a natural flowering of our practice rather than a grasping and pulling it up from its roots, as my husband sometimes says. You can't pull your practice out from its roots and look and see if it's growing and see if something has changed. You have to let it mature in that cool, dark, centered space within yourself, because there's a light there that wants to mature, that wants to flourish, that wants to be you. And there's no way to be you but to relax and to allow yourself to flower and mature in the most authentic, natural way. And so, yes, it's a grace to have a Kundalini awakening. It's a grace to understand that pervasive love that moves the entire universe. It's a beautiful thing to witness the oneness, the unisonness of everything. And so I don't want to discourage anyone from longing for that experience. And yet, if we grasp for it and if we demand from our practice outcomes rather than just pure discipline, I think it distorts the practice in a way that can be detrimental to what the universe wants to give us, what the practice itself, the gifts that are innate in the practice itself. So just notice in your practice if you have an attitude of grasping, because I think that grasping nature actually blocks the flow of prosperity and keeps us from receiving everything that the universe has in store for us. And so just witness your own mind, witness your own motivations, and notice, become alert to where does your practice come from? What are its origins? And where is it that you think you're going? Because being right where you are, exactly who you are, in every moment, is the perfection of the practice. May you experience the grace of the Kundalini rising. And if it never comes, may you know the joy and the purity and the discipline of your own surrender to Satnam. Satnam.